In face. What show is that? Let's talk about Chipotle. Yeah, let's talk about. I need to fix that. Make it so the brightness doesn't go away. Another jank stream, y'all. Let's talk about Chipotle. Let's talk about a $39 bowl of food in California. I remember when I lived out west back in the day. 39 bucks was what I would spend weekly on groceries. Cheap. I get a sack of potatoes, like big 10-pounder for like $3-4. I get 18 pack of eggs for like $1.19, right? I get olive oil. Well, I had oil. Sometimes I get the cheap crap because that's all I could get. I get butter. Stick. Remember when butter was 99 cents, right? I would get. Let's see. I get a thing of hamburger, and I get some bread. So right there, you're talking like $12. Then I would get. God, what else would I get? Usually get like some lunch meats and stuff. Probably two things of bread, and then some tortillas and some beans and rice. I do a Mexican kind of thing. Gotta have the spices and some kind of veggie. I like zucchini. That's real easy to make, cheap. Always been a fan of asparagus. Become a fan of Brussels sprouts. Lettuce. I won't eat lettuce anymore because, from what I understand, they're they're playing with it. So I don't want that. And then, gosh, what else would I get? I'd usually get coffee. If I needed coffee, or cream and milk. Yeah, I get some cream and milk. But like all of it would be $40 for a week. $160 on the month. In fact, I could probably beat that because I worked at a restaurant. I was a restaurant guy for a long time. Used to manage them, did everything in a restaurant. I was a waiter, I was a bartender, I was a bus boy, I was a dishwasher, host, did it all. Finally, at the end, I was managing restaurants, right? But I digress. So I understand a little something about the Chipotle. Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. I understand the Chipotle. Let me move this over just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, come on now. No. Just want to move this thing over. There we go. There you go. All right. We're jank streaming, folks. This is how we roll, okay? So, sticker shock, California. Minimum wage went up on April 1st, right? So these boneheads are like, hey, we got to pay people a living wage. There's a bunch of people out front with protest signs, and they're getting ready to say mean things to us. So we need to fix that. We need to give them more money. So we'll go to California and we'll go to the legislature and we'll tell them a $15 minimum wage for the workers is a smart move to do, right? Let's do that. Let's do it. So they go in and they start talking about all this, and they pass the law. April 1st, the law comes out. And guess what happens? Ooh, sorry, minimum hourly pay to $20. I was off. 15, I thought, because I thought, 15 is crazy enough. $20 is what they bumped it up to. So require large fast food chains bump their minimum hourly wage to $20 in April. Fast food and fast casual restaurants in California, places like Chipotle, have increased prices by 10% overall, outpacing other states found of the 70 large chains. But all these places had to raise prices. Because if you know anything about a restaurant, and I tend to know a little something, something, the most expensive thing in a restaurant, folks, is the labor. Okay? Labor is the most expensive thing. So if you've got a bunch of people that are working there in the labor and, you've got extra waiters and extra, line cooks and all that kind of stuff, well, that's going to hurt you. They like to roll lean and mean. You like a good staff that's, doesn't go so much where you got to worry about getting them all kind of extra benefits and stuff. Not that most restaurants even give benefits. Most of them don't. But you want to make it so these people are slinging. They're working. They're coming in. They're making good money. You're making good money. You don't want them on overtime, but you definitely want them working a lot. A lot of people go under the table when it comes to restaurants. But so what are they going to do? If they make it so your minimum wage goes up to $20, what are they going to do? They're going to get rid of people. They're going to cut your shifts. They're going to make it so they get the superstars in and the dead weight out. That's just the way they're going to roll. And that's exactly what they did. So the state isn't making it easy. Chief Executive Brian Nickel said in an interview, 39-year-old therapist said his usual $16 meal that he picks up weekly at the Chick-fil-A in Hollywood, California, now costs $20. The price for a spicy chicken sandwich at the location had gone up from $7.09 from $6.29. 13% since mid-February, according to research by Gordon Haskett Research Advisors. Chick-fil-A's prices increased 10.6%. By the way, we don't need a Chick-fil-A anymore because they use Tyson, and Tyson decided to screw over people. But let's say you do want to go and get one of their overcharged. I've never been impressed by Chick-fil-A, I'm going to be honest with you. I just used to eat there because I was like, oh, that's a conservative alternative. All right, cool. Not anymore. They've been Larry Finked, if you will. BlackRock has come in and gave him the mushroom stamp and told him that you can take those Christian roots and just kick them in the nuts out the door. It's time to go satanify. So 10.6% up on the average in California. California restaurants already had some of the highest food prices. We don't have high everything. According to market research firm Revenue Management Solutions. So, highest fast food price in the country. According to market research firm Solutions, California fast food and fast casual restaurants have raised prices a greater percentage of their menus compared with the rest because they have to. They have to. How can you get $20 to flip burgers, y'all? Think about it. Now, I've worked in restaurants. I remember when I was a busboy and dishwasher, I used to make like $5 an hour. And then on top of the $5, I remember when I got raised up to $8, I became like the head wash, dish bus guy because I was good at what I did. And the guy was like, hey, I need you to you'll be the management. He called me like the dish room manager or something like that. And so, I was all stoked. I was like, oh, yes, sir. I'll sign me up. I'm the manager. It's got a fancy title with my name. $8 an hour, animated tips from the waiters. Waitresses would take their tips and they'd give you, I think it was 5%. Anyway, they would end up tipping out like 15% of what they made. But for them, if you were good at what you did and you kicked things out and you're busting their tables and making it so they had an extra, 3-4 tables a night like I was good at doing, they were cool with it. So this guy says in California for the Nuggets, came in on Thursday, stopped at Chipotle. Same double steak bowl I get for $17 in Nevada is now $39 in California. If I go up to a place, I don't care what the meal. If I'm paying $39 it better have lobster involved with it. Just saying. $39 for Chipotle? I mean, am I buying everybody in the restaurant their meals too? Seriously. That is crazy. So new minimum wage law is insane. Not even the rich will be able... No one can afford this crap. Look at this. Auto and home price, maintenance insurance index level. Okay, this is where I wanted to go. So 2017, 101. You're looking at 99.3 on the index for the blue. Now it's 126 for new and used motor vehicles, right? But the blue dotted line one is the private auto insurance and motor vehicle. I talked to all right, so those that know, I've been a educator for a while now. And I'm trying to prep them. Like, I'm trying to get them ready for life because they're finishing up their degrees and everything else, and they're getting ready to get on and go into life and be hopefully functional human being. And I'm putting them out there at $15, $20 an hour, which is, normal stuff coming out if you have some form of a degree and a semi-okay job. You're not working fry side of McDonald's, but, you're rolling and you're working for insert, regular business here. Let's say you're working for an auto insurance company, okay? You're lower management, you're sales, whatever the heck it is. Maybe you're doing credit. I don't know. Whatever. You get the point. You go in there and, like, if you're bringing home $2,000 a month, okay, and that's like, after everything is said and done, like 40, 50K, okay? If you bring that home and your rent, and I'm talking like where we live now, we do not live in a major city. I'm in a third tier country, middle of nowhere city. I'm here on purpose because this is where I'm not living in the city. I did it. I lived in New York. I lived in Seattle. I've lived in big cities. Too expensive. If you want a one bedroom in the I'm not going to get, take two to the chest kind of place as you walk out. And even country places like where I live now, you can take two to the chest if you're in the wrong area. Those places are $1,100 now for a one bedroom. So if you're bringing in $2,000, you got $900 to work with right there. You better have a side hustle. You better be working Uber or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe you could become a YouTuber. But the point is, it's like, how are they going to do this? So, auto and home insurance are soaring. Zero Hedge did a thing on how property taxes are going to be going up. So we live in Maryland. Let's say we're paying $3,000 for home insurance, for taxes and stuff. And all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, well, all the prices across the board in the last 5 years have gone up by 25%, which is freaking like a freak. It's freakish. It's supposed to go up like a percentage, 1% to 2% per year. So they come in and like, oh yeah, it's going up 5%. It's going up 25%. Excuse me. So that $3,000 is now $4,500. I mean, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So I don't know how people are going to be able to do it. If you're bringing in $2,000 a month, it's pretty common. And the best you can do is like $1,000 on rent for a one bedroom. You don't have the girlfriend yet who can live with you. You have $1,000 left over. Your power is $150 at the apartment. Your insurance, as it pertains here, is like $150. Your car note is $200. How do you make it? How do you do it? Your food bill, at that point, you better be able to do it for like I was doing at $40 a week, which is impossible. I tried. Month of March, I tried to go. I said, I'm going to do 400. After 2 weeks, I was like, oof, better push it up to 500. After another week, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. So we pushed it up. We can now do it for about $650, $700. We did last month, April. We did $690. Okay, that's five. That's five people, and trying to eat like good, trying to eat organic. We eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. So just got a text from one of my homies in California. He said his power bill in California is $600. That's the other thing. And by the way, Lonnie Beatty, if you are out there, Lonnie gave me a note in one of my other streams about how there's some kind of a Texas emergency coming, and ABG, Autumn's Backyard Garden, which is now Autumn's Prepping. I forget her name. I posted it onto my channels, my subscription stuff. She said that Texas is like in a major power thing right now. Okay, so she got some things from Texas. If you're from Texas and you can elaborate on that a little bit more, please put it out there. But I mean, how are people going to do it? How are you going to do it? Our power bill here, and we don't have a large house. We're trying to, we consolidate. We have the big house, and we said screw that, and scale down. For a lot of different reasons. First of all, just to live better, simpler. And our power bill was like $425 or something like that. So I don't know how people are going to do it. I mean, look at all this. Trueflation year over year. So they're saying May was 4%, 2% now. So would you believe year over year inflation is barely over 2%? Trueflation claim of April 17th, 2024. Some otherwise bright people on Twitter whom I follow actually believe that Trueflation nonsense. Click on the above link for details. Mishes does great stuff. But anyway, I mean, no way. There's no way. My wife and I went today and filled like a third of a cart at Aldi, and it was $110. We've been making our own bread. We're getting ready to do the garden and all that kind of stuff. By the way, you're a violent extremist if you can your food. Check out that community post. Thank you, federal government. I apologize for growing a few too many vegetables and trying to save them for the winter as I fight my trueflation of 2.06%. I apologize for canning some Kalamata olives and cabbage. Freaking ridiculous, man. So, yeah. I don't know how people are going to do a $39 bowl of food. That's nuts. Let's go on over here. Look at this. Ford Motor loses $132,000 on every EV quarter one. Like, how is this stuff, how any of this gonna, like, are we gonna make it past? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Oh, by the way, Sulphur, Oklahoma, yeah, that place looks pretty terrible. Put the good people of Oklahoma in your prayers. I'm sure Bear Independent is going to be ground zero doing the wonderful things that he does. So go on over there and help old Bear if you can. He's got a good channel. He's a personal fave. But yeah, oh, by the way, 500 people were, 900 people in the last 10 days have been dispersed and arrested. Yeah, arrested from the campus protests. So, yeah. Nothing coordinated there. No coordination whatsoever. I don't know, man. Broke. We're all broke. Everybody broke. Broke. And then you got all this craziness going on. Harvard replaces the flag with a Hamas flag. Come on, man. Like, do these people know, like, the background? You don't have to be on board with what's going on in Gaza. Like, I get that. But, like, Hamas is, these aren't the kind of people you're going to invite over to babysit your children. So, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it, folks. Chipotle messed up. $39. See what else we got going on here. Oh, don't look at that. Yep. This whole thing with Trump, man, this pisses me off. This is so like, again, the people that know, like, I'm not a huge Trumper. I'm not, I want him to win over Biden, I can tell you that much. But, like, I don't even know if I'm going to vote, again, because I'm in Maryland. We've gone through this. I'm not going to go through it again. You know what I'm saying? Maryland doesn't matter. Like, the first 6 minutes of the freaking election, like, comes on, they're going to call Maryland for Joe Biden. So, it doesn't matter. And other people that live in Maryland understand this. But, like, these things that they're doing, like, this is so third world. It really is. This is like Grenada or something. I don't even know how to put it. I mean, it's nuts that this even is allowed. And so, Kavanaugh says warns a vicious cycle of malicious prosecution. I mean, it's lawfare. They're like, oh, instead of him campaigning, we're going to put him some horse crap lawsuit or indictment or whatever, so he can't campaign. Like, that's the best you can do? Here's an idea. How about you make your policy not suck? I mean, just saying. Maybe make people like your political party, and you don't have to pull this third world crap. Anyway, the Jack Smith thing's going to go down. Everything's going down. Stocks are going down. Man, the bank thing, that's that portends thing. I covered that earlier today. For those that don't know, a bank went under. It's Republic Bank, Philadelphia. $666 million. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. 2008, when the whatchamacallit. Let's see. Oh God, sorry, Taz, you're throwing me off, buddy. I'm getting text messages from a friend in the back, but anyway, I forget where I was at. This whole thing is the stocks, yeah, the banks and stuff. I mean, everything is going down. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. So you know what they're doing? They even admitted it today, folks. They admitted this today. Guy came out and said, we need to keep things going. So Ukraine is basically okay through the election, and at that point we'll reassess. Which, translation, what he was saying was we have to keep Ukraine from collapsing and try to push it so it gets over the hump to 2024 November. And then as soon as Joe has secured it, and he will, we can just let the whole thing crap to bed, like Afghanistan, like Vietnam, like Iraq in certain way. I mean, just the whole thing. It's all just a money pit. Oh man. So yeah, that bank went down, and now all kinds of other stuff's going to go down. Oh, there was a gold thing. I think it was China has gotten rid of 74 billion in treasuries or something like that in the last 5 years. So people are dumping our money. I mean, we're screwed. So have a plan, Have a plan. Oh yeah, yen is collapsing. Good video from whatchamacallit, from Pinball. So if you want to go check that out, it was yesterday. He's talking about the yen collapse. It does portend a lot. If you know it, He's talking about the yen is basically the dollar's future. Back, if you know your history, and I don't know if I'm reiterating what Pinball said. I don't want to steal his stuff. But if you know your history, the yen was supposedly going to be like the dollar replacement. Back in the 1980s, 1990s, Japan was going to be the next big daddy. Not China, Japan. And now, like, from there, their debt ratio is like 190%, something like that. Ours is at like 125, 115, forget where, but it's approaching the Japanese level. If you were to have yen 40 years ago, they're worth a heck of a lot more than they are now. Now, you think the inflation and everything is crazy now, just wait for it, because that's coming. So, yeah, Nippon in free fall. Absolutely. Kevin knows his Japanese, his Japonese. Oh, man. What are we going to do, folks? Well, I just wanted to pop on over and kind of talk to you all about everything. Let me go check the chat real quick. That's the one thing with a Jank stream. It's tough to look at the chat. Doomsday spending. Yeah, I mean, that's all this is. It's just doomsday spending. I mean, they know where things are going, so they have to keep things afloat, so they got to do this doomsday crap. So I'm voting for Trump, even though he's probably part of the Uniparty, Highlands Husky. You know, I fear that too, man. I fear that he's just a cog in the wheel of this whole decline thing. So, yeah, way too poor to live anywhere in civilization. Savage Lee, I understand, brother. What do you say? I remember when yen was $3.60 to $1. Where's it at now, EC Bear? It's got to be in like the thousands, like tens of thousands. So, he said right now it's $1.59. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I did that wrong. All I know is that crap's about to hit the fan. I probably screwed that one up. Whatever. Oh, folks, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Uniparty's coming for you. You know, that's the thing. Like, people say they get mad. Like, why aren't you? Why won't you vote? Like, why don't you do it? It's like at this point, like, we're just so far beyond. There's no way. There's just no way we can get it back. There's no way. Balkanization. I've had many conversations with many people. That's what I think is going to happen. You're going to wake up one morning, it's going to be like Soviet Union. You know, there'll be some things to lead up to it. But, like, you're going to wake up one morning and they're going to be like, yeah, West Virginia, Tennessee, Western Virginia, Southern Pennsylvania, and, Ohio have joined up to start the Appalachian state, and a few other states in the area are kind of thinking about coming along. You know, then the southern states will go, the Florida Riders or whatever. That's what I see happening. I just see a balkanization, and they say, oh, all right, so we're going to gold back our stuff. And, hopefully you've got gold or, the ability, and silver. Not a financial analyst or helper person, just saying, if a country were to do that. And you take that stuff and you back it, and get your Appalachian bucks, which is backed by the dollar. Or, backed by the gold. That's what I hope. That's what I see. Gene W., thanks for coming, love. So, why would it have to be about getting it back? What are the times one person make it better than the other person? That's worth voting. Not to mention the local stuff on the ballot. Now, Brian has a good point. Brian, you do have a good point. When I say not voting, I will be voting for the local stuff. I will vote for my local people. And you are correct. Local stuff is important. So, yeah. So I always forget that. And people will text me in the background. It's like, bro, you're not going to vote for your local, whatever, your sheriff and all that. That's important. Absolutely. That important stuff is important. I'm talking about the national crap. So, Gene W. is correct. If you guys could hit the old like button and all that, I know I've been jank streaming a lot. I'm going to go back to the StreamYard style for a little bit more. So I don't make Scrappy Cat tear out her hair. We love you, Scrappy. It's tough to see the chat and all that, what people are saying, but there's a reason why I'm doing this. There's a little secret that I can't tell here, but let's just say it makes things beneficial for the old PrepperNow. So anyway, I am about to go and do the crisis report, okay? So if you would like to join me on there, I'm going to tap out of here, and I'm going to turn on the other channel, which is youtube.com/@crisis report, and we're going to go through part 2 right here, okay? All right, friends, God bless. Stack, stock, stick to the plan. Keep it in the swoopy powder dry, and I appreciate you coming by the jank stream by PrepperNow. We'll see you on Crisis Report, friends. I love you.